What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to the CHGO Bulls Postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here at West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, joined by Big Dave, Bow, BWL Sports, Will, the GOAT Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb, our pal producer Joey Spathis on the controls, and our special guest, Mr. John Sabine.
Wait a minute, Joey, what the hell happened to the mustache?
Huh?
Where's the mustache?
I shaved it after the first game because it was bad vibes because they lost.
I'm going to need your commitment, man. I'm going to need you to be stronger. You need your commitment be tighter, like this guy right here.
We'll discuss it after the show.
We will. We will definitely do that. Get him, Matt. Go to work.
So no one told you life was going to be this way. Your job's a joke. You're broke. The Bulls are DOA. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Bulls lose to the Pistons 118-102, and I am sad for a variety of reasons. Also cranky.
Hungry.
Zach LaVine pours in a career-high 51 points, gentlemen. Two of the other Bulls' four starters combine for 0. So that's a fun change of pace in the Bulls failing. Just different versions of failure. Kobe White had a damn near Tony Snell tonight.
He almost snailed him.
We were almost in the Snell zone.
We were so close to Snelly Cat time.
Oh, not the Snelly Cat. We were.
When I see 21 minutes, 0 points from Pat, 3 rebounds, I'm like, yeah, sure. That sounds like the guy we were discussing at length last night. Frustrated, talking about benching him and whether or not Billy should. Looks like he should. Kobe? I mean, maybe this game is just one weird, like, oh, Kobe had an off night. But Zach LaVine finally has a good all-star caliber career night game scoring.
He called it.
Hitting everything. And he gets no help.
0.
That's just mean. I feel like I was just tortured for 2 hours and change.
We all were, Matthew Peck. That was bad. That was trash. Everyone should go. Like, it was bad, dog. Billy, players, all of them, they can go. Like, this was terrible. Like, this was just really terrible. But this is terrible basketball.
Call for jobs, game 3.
I'm just saying,
this
bro.
Is the
like,
Pistons.
this is bad. This is just bad.
And here's the thing. The leash is shorter this year. It's
Yeah.
the same team.
This is why it doesn't feel
Not
like game
okay,
3.
let's try something new and give it a little bit of time. Like, it's the same thing we're watching. And to me, that was what really stood out was, like, if you look at the shot profile, it's exactly the same as last year.
Yeah.
If you look at the way they were getting their shots, it was a bunch of mid-range isolation, difficult contested jumpers from Zach. And he made them. To his credit, that was an incredible performance.
Incredible performance.
But as Billy Donovan has said a million times, we know what happens when they play that way. Zach Vucevic can have incredible seasons, but we know what happens. They're going to be 24th in offensive rating. And when the defense is as bad as it was today, it doesn't matter how good your offense is because you're going to lose games if you give up 128 points for 100 possessions.
I was going to say, I mean, to me, that was the most glaring thing tonight. There were large stretches of that game where the Bulls defense just surrendered.
Yeah.
Especially inside.
I don't even think they were there
like
to surrender.
The Pistons for large stretches tonight were basically just running layup lines and dunk lines. Oh, by the way, you allowed them to shoot 52% from the field, 43% from downtown. Like, the Bulls hung their hats on defense last season, and we talked about whether or not that was, a fluke, the fact that they ended up finishing top 5. But they even added more complementary defensive pieces in Jevon Carter and Torrey Craig this offseason. And you saw Caruso again tonight, just like he was last night, playing like a man possessed, coming up with steals twice a possession on the defensive end. And yet, as a whole, the Bulls defense looked like trash tonight.
Bro, none of them look like they want to play. Like, that's the issue I have.
But they went to Nashville, Dave.
None of them look like they want to play.
They went to Nashville, and they all love each other.
Goddamn Nashville. Throw another one, man.
They went to Nashville.
Thank you very much. Oh, good one.
Thank you.
ahead, John.
I don't like usually like two of your young players doing absolutely nothing in the box score is wild. Like, how do you not accidentally get fouled?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Sometimes it's overreact. I think this is if you're Billy Donovan and you roll out the same thing next game, gone. You can't. You literally can't.
Yeah.
Your job is to figure out how to win. This is not the
That's
starting.
not the way to win.
This is not the 5.
Yeah.
This is not the group.
This ain't it.
Figure it out. That's your job.
Yeah.
Make it better.
0 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. That's Patrick Williams and Kobe White.
Two
Oh God.
Together.
young lottery picks.
Together.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
10
And
picks.
so it's like for the people that are calling to trade Zach, trade DeMar, blow it up, start over with the young guys. Like, this is not the,
These are
the
the young
encouraging
guys.
signs that you want to see from your young players that
No.
that you want to like transition.
Trade
to
them.
the next era.
The only encouraging signs we have so far through 3 games are Zach came out of 2 bad games and can still do that.
He set a career
He can
high.
still pour in 50. DeMar can still be takeover king in the 4th.
He can.
And Caruso is first team all defense.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 good things we have relearned in 3 games.
Yeah.
Everything else about this right now screams disaster.
Yeah. And I'll give Torrey Craig love too, just because of, he's
Yeah.
been solid those 2 games. I'm not even going to worry about him tonight. But yeah, everything you just said is correct. Like, I can't, again, I said this yesterday about Pat. I can't defend people who don't want to hoop. I can't. Like, I can't defend you if you don't want to get out there and play. And it just looked like they didn't want to play. Like, Pat, he's already shown you he don't want to play. He continues to show you, bro. His mind is somewhere else. Like, this dude don't want to play basketball, all right? But it's hard for me. Like, Kobe has just been struggling. Like, we talked about in the pregame about Kobe White, and his shooting struggling. But to walk away with 0 points on 4 attempts, like, that's the problem for me. Like, 4 attempts and 2 of them were threes. Like, that is an issue. Like, you should have more attempts because you getting inside is exactly what the Bulls need you to do. Get inside, draw the defense so you can kick it out or get something going to Vooch. Like, we saw that work the first 2 games. So to not see that at all, for whatever reason, like you're saying Zach is cooking, whatever, you're the quarterback. You get the ball. You're like, okay, well, fine, you cooking, but we need to do some things right here.
But
you get
that's
to make
the answer, though, isn't it? Like, Zach in that first quarter was like, bucket, 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 bucket.
Sure.
Okay, Zach's cooking. Give Zach the ball.
Sure, first quarter.
Yeah.
You're right. But then there are other quarters when he's not in the game and he's sitting down.
Zach scored 0 points in the second quarter, by the way.
Right. Because he was chilling. He rested a lot.
I'm pretty sure Kobe wasn't on the bench for the entirety of the second quarter.
No, he was not.
He could have, at some point in that second quarter when Zach wasn't scoring,
Yeah.
maybe look to get a bit more involved.
But it just
get to the paint.
It didn't look like, he was involved. Even when Zach, is out there doing his thing.
Yeah.
I still want to notice you. You know what I mean? Like, even when he's doing that, I still notice DeMar. I still know that he's out there doing something. Like, I want to notice that you're out there on the floor, bro. Like, on either end of the floor. If you're not going offensively, let me notice you defensively,
Yeah.
But the only thing I noticed was you getting caught up in the switches and them taking you down in the post and working, Like, that's the only thing I noticed, man. Like, and I'm not trying to be super hard on Kobe like that, but, we got to call it what it is out here, man. 0 points is not acceptable for your starting point guard and one that is known to score. It's just not acceptable.
No, that's how you win. It's not who gets the most minutes in a game.
Yeah.
You got to score points. It's very simple. It's a very simple game.
Yes.
Put that thing in the thing.
Put that thing in the thing.
If 2 of your starters don't do that for 48 minutes, that's crazy.
That's nuts, man.
And they weren't like, these were like they played starter minutes. It wasn't like they were in for 10 minutes and then, it wasn't like the fake starters.
Yeah.
Right.
This was like they played some.
Yeah.
Dude.
And that's why, we were talking at pregame about how this Pistons team is young, yes, but littered with talent and potential.
Sure.
And, when you talk about this Bulls team running it back and staring another play-in appearance in the face, if you get there.
They're not even. No.
Then, okay.
Not even close.
But, like, we just were talking pregame about how the Bulls went 4-0 against this Detroit team last year. When you go through the Bulls' schedule this year, and you just try and chalk up those automatic W's to build into your win-loss record, those don't exist against the Pistons now. So how do you feel good as a Bulls fan tonight when you're like, well, we got 3 more games against the Pistons, but they just worked our ass.
Yeah, and it doesn't get better because your first 20 games, 5th hardest schedule, in the league.
God.
So it's not going to get better, for you. Next game against Indiana, Will Gottlieb's Indiana Pacers. Like, it's going to be an issue playing against that team.
They're better now.
They're better.
Yeah.
They put up 143 the other night.
The
Pacers.
They definitely did.
They're up against the Cavs right now, who won 50 games last year and who are a regular season juggernaut. Like, these teams in the East are there's no one that's like really tanking. Like the Wizards even won last tonight.
The Wizards?
The Wizards.
How many shots did Jordan Poole take?
He's been good. I think he's been like kind of restrained, I think, recently.
Poole had 27 on 23 shots.
Yeah, that's we're gonna see so many of those Poole stat lines this season.
Kuzma had 21 on 23 shots.
Wow.
That's a Poole. But they're just these games, like you're saying, Matt. There's not just like games that you can mark down as wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can't afford to not be sharp any given night, and this was so far from being sharp. And you wanted them to sort of parlay what they built last night, coming back from a big deficit, finding a way, scrapping and clawing, and hitting a game-winning 3 to win a really good game against a good team in the Raptors.
Sure.
And then to follow it up like 24 hours later with this kind of loss, it's deflating.
Yeah, that's the word, deflating. And a game where Zach is actually cooking, and we don't know. And again, shout out John Sabine for calling this.
Thank you.
But, exactly, he's out there cooking and doing his thing. The first thing you look up and ask when you see a player doing those kind of things is, okay, who's next? Who's coming with him? Because you're not going to be able to do that alone. I don't care what you're scoring. Somebody else got to score with you. So I'm not looking at DeMar because I already know what he's going to give you, So you look at everybody else, okay, Vooch, what are you doing? Pat, what are you doing? Kobe, what are you doing? Craig, Carter, Caruso, all of them. You're looking at everybody. Who's going to give me something to roll with Zach LaVine? And nobody, had an answer for you. They tried to go when Vooch would seal guys down inside and they would give him the ball. Like, you made a great point when you said he's not big and he won't use his size, being a big guy, but he's great still at sealing people.
He's not physical, but he's really good at sealing.
Right.
It's crazy. Like,
that's so real.
I feel like it's an underused skill, but also he doesn't scare anyone.
Right,
yeah.
right. Guys aren't worried. Because what Durant did up, 23 and 15 is what Durant did up with? Yeah, 23, 15, and 5. Those are stuff I think Vooch is supposed to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are the numbers I'm looking at him to get.
Especially when you're much bigger.
Yeah, yes, when you're much bigger. Absolutely right. So,
Man. And I mean, like, you can always at least count on a 12 and 10 kind of double-double. Vooch only grabbed 4 rebounds tonight.
yeah, I was shocked at that.
You can't count on 10 rebounds from Vooch. What can you count on?
And it feels like he had those in the second quarter.
4 rebounds is almost as much as Pat Williams and Kobe combined.
Yes, it is. No, he's right. That is true. It was just sad, bro. Like, to get beat like that is sad. You know what I mean? And you can't call it a one-off kind of situation because of what you saw in the first game. You saw how they got that ass whooped in the first game. And even in the second game, they had an opportunity to get that ass whooped. And they just actually, kind of came back because DeMar and Caruso are good basketball players,
Mm-hmm.
But in this third one, it all just went to shit, for them. I can't defend people who can't hoop. I'm going to keep saying that about Patrick Williams, man. He just doesn't look like he wants to be out there or doesn't look like he wants to play basketball, bro. Just looking at him on the sideline, all his body language tells me is, dude, I don't want to play. Like, that's all I see.
It looks like
when
he's serving a sentence.
And look, I mean, maybe he was bummed last night because Billy basically benched him for most of the second half.
Yeah.
He only played 13 minutes, and I didn't notice it when we were watching the game last night, and then even when I initially was watching the replays of Caruso's dagger 3 for the win, somebody on Twitter pointed out earlier today when Alex Caruso is getting mobbed by his teammates right after he hits that game winner. In the background, you see Patrick Williams with an expressionless look on his face just turn and walk away towards the tunnel. Like, I'm not trying to necessarily put words or feelings into Patrick Williams' mouth right now, but like when you see that as a fan, you start to wonder, does this dude give a shit?
That's like a sociopath. Like that's like someone who's a car wreck and is like, I need to pick up my laundry. It's concerning beyond a basketball level.
Yeah.
To have that reaction. 'Cause a human being, anyone would be excited.
And this is someone
Non-Bulls
who was
fans
a
would be
lottery
excited.
pick who did not get an extension playing in a contract year.
Yes.
Which is
And he looks like he doesn't give a shit.
And that's-
unheard of.
And that's what hurts your brain, because you're like, it's right there in front of you. And it's like you're getting the opportunity after opportunity, because, well, even you said it in the pregame, like maybe they're treating them with, some kid gloves out here. Just making sure, like, all right, Patrick, you play bad. We're going to keep starting you, to see going forward, because we want to, still give you those opportunities. Because it's simple math at this point. I want to check. He's spoken how he wants to check. You want to be this guy. You want to be the all-star. You want to be the all-NBA.
$200 million.
He said all these things. And I'm like, well, here's your opportunity. And you keep being given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to try and be that person that you continue to convey to people that you are. Mm-hmm. And then you come out here, zero, bro, 0 points. How you defending
And terrible defense.
Oh, he was getting worked defensively, bro. He was getting worked.
Like, at least get
Like-
what are you, right? Like, if you're like, because PJ Tucker can score 0 points,
Right.
But we know, but he also
or
he's on
Draymond
the
Green
floor.
can
Even on nights when he's not hitting the game-winning dagger 3, Caruso can be a net positive
100.
player.
That is that's the
with
comp
with
Yeah.
scoring 0 or 2 or 4 points.
affect the game.
Yeah.
Also, fake it. Look like you're playing a child's game.
Yeah. I need to know you're out there.
Yeah.
I need to know you're out there, man. It doesn't seem like they want to be out there or are comfortable being out there. And that's my issue with it.
And to me, it's like it's this bigger issue of you talk about the national thing, you talk about the Vooch frustration.
Yeah.
It's like nothing has changed. The reason people are frustrated, the reason why we're not seeing any additional effort plays from anybody outside of Caruso is because nothing has changed. This is the same thing that they're tired of being a part of from last year.
Yeah.
And the way
They're
that they're
tired of
getting
it, bro.
shots, they're watching Zach just do everything.
Yeah.
It's not fun to be a part of that if you're not involved in it.
Yeah.
And so, it's all this stuff about we want to play a different way. We want to try to change our identity. We want to play faster. We want to get, the one thing that they're doing differently is offensive rebounding. And that's
Yeah.
great. But, that is not going to save you. There's so much more that needs to change with this group. And it's bigger than Billy. It's bigger than Patrick. It's bigger than Vooch. This whole thing is just not working. And it doesn't seem like anybody either knows what to address, knows how to address it, or is willing to accept the fact that there's really no fix for it.
Yeah. You get rid of people. That's how you address it. People
I
gotta
see
go.
some people in the comments, frustrated with Pat again tonight. Brian saying P. Will is going through what Lowry did. Charles saying he looked like he was sitting in solitary confinement. But, whereas some people are saying, like Ryan's just said, Pat's heading straight to the CBA. I am afraid if and when we get to that point where the Bulls decide to give up on Pat and then he goes somewhere else
Give
and
up on itself, man.
turns into the Lowry market and level player that Lowry is now in Utah.
Yeah.
Which, it took 2 stops. Lowry went to Cleveland and was still the same milquetoast player that he was toward the end of his time.
better.
He was a little better.
He was a little
Yeah,
better.
he
Sure.
was. He definitely
But,
was.
Again, right now, what drives me crazy as a Bulls fan is we're talking about Pat looking like someone who's just disinterested.
Yes.
Someone who's showed glimpses but has never put it all together. I don't know yet if Pat's the problem or the Bulls and their development staff is the problem or it's both. Either way, I'm terrified of what happens
Don't you
next.
think because this whole story started with comparing him to Lowry that we kind of have an answer?
Yes.
Like, doesn't the player get the benefit of the doubt if there's a history of an organization constantly not serving and then their players and then they go off and are much better? Dare I say Wendell Carter? A little better, but better. Like Lowry.
It's not just on the organization. It's not, and we've had this conversation so many times about giving Patrick the ball and getting DeMar out of here so that Patrick has a chance to develop. What happens when you give Patrick the ball is he dribbles it off his foot.
Right. That's what I saw Mark Cade just say in the comments.
he needs to
Give Pat the ball. Okay, he turned it over.
He needs to help himself and play
Exactly.
Mark has been saying this for years. Play like a turbocharged role player. You have the ability to do that. You can get in passing lanes and tip the ball away and get run out layups. There's no reason you should have 0 points. Even if you don't create any of your own shots, you can be a part of a team defense that this team desperately needs to get back to if they're going to continue to play offense the way that they are by generating steals, like defending, getting rebounds and pushing it. Like there's so many ways he can affect the game. And we've seen him do that. We know he's capable of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not to the same level as Lowry when he was averaging like 19 and 9 during his second year.
Yep.
But we know Patrick can do this. And yeah, I mean, I think he needs to help himself just as much as we want to see him expand his game. Like he can't do that if he's not putting himself in a position to be able to do that.
And that's why I keep saying, like, I can't defend somebody who don't want to hoop. Like, that's on you. You know, your effort is on you to get out there and do something on either end of the floor.
Right.
Because they're struggling on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
I need help on either side. And the fact that you can't help me on either side, and you're a guy who they honestly should be able to depend on.
Right. Yeah.
For you to help me on one of these things. And it's like, you can't do either? Like, what are we doing out here, bro? Like, I can't defend that. I just can't. And I won't, and I ever will.
And, you know, the Lowry comp specifically, the context is different, and so it's hard to judge. You know, mentioning the fact, hey, Lowry had, you know, his second season with the Bulls, 19 and 9. Like,
Yes.
dude was
We saw it for
balling.
a
We saw it.
long time.
We have not seen something like that from Pat. And then I'm sure P. Will Sporter, if you're hanging out in the comments, would say something like, well, Lowry averaging 19 and 9 happened on a young rebuilding team that didn't have this version of Zach LaVine, did not have DeMar, did not have Vooch. So, you know, it's the whole
But
frustrating.
the rebounds, rebounds are free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you want 'em.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get 'em.
It's not like a superstar's taking your rebounds.
Right.
You can get them whenever you want.
Yeah.
And the thing with Lowry that I always say, like, Lowry talked about how he fell out of love with basketball.
That's why I feel like it's kind of, you can make the organization.
Exactly. Exactly. Because he was like, when he went to Cleveland, that's when he kind of rediscovered it. So he was ready to do anything that next year.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what I look at when I see Pat. Like, I see a dude who don't look like he want to play basketball.
These kids with no resources in terrible schools need to make the decision for themselves to get smarter. No, it's the environment.
I mean,
It's also like you watch Torrey Craig out there. He's like getting tip-ins on offensive rebounds.
Yeah, he's great.
Here's a stat that I'm going to put in my article for after this game.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams has taken 18 shots in 3 games. That's fine. 0, not 1, 0 have been attempted at the rim. He has not gotten to the rim 1 time this entire season.
That's on you.
Only 2 of them have even been attempted in the paint. They're both at the elbows.
his first shot tonight was a pull-up midi at
That's
the elbow.
all he shot this year. 3s and pull-up, and he has 0 free throw attempts.
Yeah.
He has to help himself, and he's not doing that right now. And I don't know if it's disinterest or what. Like, I don't want to pretend I like know what's going on inside his head.
I will.
But he's not helping himself.
No, completely agree, man. Like, it's this stuff, certain things become on you. Like, even if you're doing them in your rookie season, and I'm like, okay, you know, you did that in rookie season, you make mistakes, those things happen, that's fine. Let's see what we can grow. Let's see how we can get better. When you get to season 4 and it looks like you're taking steps back, then that's when people are like, okay, what are we doing out here? But then even worse, when you get to the point where I don't think you want to play basketball, that's a huger issue for me than missing 40 shots, is the fact that you don't look willing to do it. That stat right there tells you right there, bro, you're 6'8", you're bigger than everybody on the floor. We saw him put his shoulder into somebody and send that dude into the stratosphere. I watched it happen. So the fact that you tell me you can't get into the paint and even attempt a shot, bruh, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I defend this? I can't. You're giving me nothing here.
And we saw a team right there of a bunch of Pat Williamses. Run on them, physical, dunk. And Pat's bigger than all of them. In theory, longer, and in theory, just as athletic.
And this is true.
And it truly looked like bring it on out there. Like they at times they were just dunking and talking, and then we would try to do. Our offensive rebounds are great because we couldn't then score.
Right. You're getting the opportunity to tip it in, but you can't tip it in.
Again, to me, it all comes back to this larger issue of we're watching the same team play the same way as last year.
Yeah.
That's not energizing.
It's not
guys.
growth.
This doesn't feel like an early season. Let's figure it out because we've already seen it, right?
And
But
that's
for
what
the
I'm talking
reasons he's
about.
saying.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. The leash is shorter with this team.
Right.
I don't even know that there like really is a leash,
There's no leash.
because this is the same extended thing from last year and the second half of the year before that. we know what this is.
Yeah.
It's game 3, but we all already know what the ceiling is. We know where this group is headed, except now it's these teams coming up behind them are better.
Yeah.
And the Pistons were that team today. They were better.
Yep. And they're going to meet another one on Monday.
We have got to take our first break. We will continue on. Sorry, Joe.
Come on, man.
Joe went to go rally.
He's ready. Look, Joe's waiting. He's
You want to go for it?
Hey,
That's my error. I could have held that better. While we share these words from our friends and sponsors, y'all know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching along on YouTube. Show our guy Sabine some love for hanging out with us tonight.
Sabine is here.
Another one? He threw 3 right now.
That was
standing over there. He threw one.
I did throw. Yeah, I've thrown.
You picked
3.
it up.
I've thrown 3. Make sure you are subscribed to the CHGO Sports
you on the
YouTube
counter.
channel. We'll get to some of y'all's super chats after the break. Big Dave,
Yes.
tell the fine people about Soul Savvy.
Joey, one question. Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Joseph. So savvy. Don't miss out on the biggest sneaker drops and download the Soul Savvy Drops app. It is the place to find all the kicks that you need to put on your beautiful foot, or as Matt calls them, foot prisons. Put them on your feet and look amazing, as Matt's do right there, as mine, as everybody's do up in here.
Hey.
Shout out to everybody's foot game going on right here. I'm like this. This is awesome right now. The Drops app by Soul Savvy makes it easy to keep up with all the latest news, releases, raffles, and sales in the sneaker world. It is your one-stop shop for everything sneakers. Everything? How many think? What do they got? I'll tell you. The Drops alerts, instant notification. Never miss a release again. You'll get instantly notified whenever your size is available to buy. One more time, whenever your size is available to buy. Not just the shoe, but the one you can put your beautiful foot in. They got your back, man. Free raffle management. Keep track of all the raffles that happen in sneakers with our raffle tracker and the release calendar. The accurate, and I'll say it again, accurate release calendar date will keep you updated on releases that are upcoming. Whether you're a casual buyer or you're an all-out sneakerhead, Soul Savvy has something for you with 3 different levels. What are the levels, Dave? Let me tell you right now. The basic version, which is free, the Mobile Plus, or if you really want to get on down and make sure you are in tune with what needs to be happening in the sneaker world, the premium account is what you're going to need. And just because they love you, the drop alert. Let me get one for you. Tomorrow, 28, the Air Jordan 12 Cherry drops. When did it drop? Did it drop on a Saturday? That's the day. Did it? Dang it. It's out. And guess what? The Drops app by Soul Savvy is notifying people where it is dropping app. So if you got that Drops app, you've been notified. They're telling you where you can get it and get them beautiful 12s on your feet. Download the app and never miss a release again. Sign up for the Soul Savvy by clicking the links in the description below or by visiting links.soulsavvy.com/CHGO or head over to the App Store and download the Drops by Soul Savvy app. Because Matt Pat, can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Soul Savvy.
Tonight's CHGO Bulls Postgame also brought to you by our friends at 588-2300. Dave.
Empire.
Today. No way. God, I love it. Empire Today, providing the greatest selections of flooring. With Empire Today, you get shop-at-home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a price match guarantee. Ooh. Sabine, did we blow your mind that we have Empire?
Yo, if you do safe light repair, safe light replace next, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh, they're next, baby.
Oh.
Empire Today is the best place to get your flooring. So, of course, they have copycats among their competitors.
Of course
but they can't beat Empire on quality, service, or speed.
No, they can't.
So they advertise low-quality products that they simply don't bother carrying. Empire won't promise the lowest prices because anyone who does promise those prices is putting junk flooring in their home, in your home, that they wouldn't put in their own home. Empire wouldn't do that to you. They never would do that to you. Empire keeps shopping for floors simple with a curated product selection. Their philosophy is help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes.
That's right.
What Empire leave out of their selection is just as important as what they put into their selections for your flooring. Empire's product team exhaustively combs through thousands of product samples for each year, to find the perfect styles to offer their customers. Also, they have this incredible feature on their website. You could go on desktop or on your mobile phone called their Virtual Floor Designer, which is a great way that you can see how new floors will look in any space in your home. It's easy to use. Just snap a picture and instantly see how different kinds of flooring and styles will look in different rooms in your home. Shopping for floors at a big box store can be frustrating. You might talk to somebody today who's working in flooring, but yesterday they were working in plumbing. Not exactly an expert. Flooring
I would say not.
is the only thing Empire today does. They live and breathe flooring, just like Kobe and Pat live and breathe 0 points in the box score.
Oh.
So you can be confident you're getting honest, upfront advice. Service is provided with their own warranties, so if an issue does arise perchance, just call Empire. Okay. They service all warranties themselves, which means you don't have to track down a manufacturer's phone number. Here's what you do. If you need new flooring in your home, schedule a free in-home estimate today. All of our CHGO Bulls listeners and viewers can receive a $350 discount when they use the promo code CHGO.
Yes.
Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/CHGO for details.
Oh.
588-2300. Sabine.
Empire today. Cannot believe this. That is
Yes, sir.
unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
It's a step up from Michelada snacks, isn't it?
Oh my God! The things they would have us. It's energy milk, and you're like, what? Like,
Yo, son.
you got. This is a proud American company. Unbelievable.
Rolling along,
through a
breaking
wall
down
right
tonight's
now.
Bulls loss to the Pistons. Shout out everybody for hanging out with us in the comments. We got 300 or so rocking with us Saturday night of Halloween weekend. That's diehard Bulls fandom right there. Credit to y'all. You could be doing so many different things
After a bad
right now.
loss,
Yeah, y'all need to go
After
like
a Bulls 60-point
SSRIs
loss.
or something.
We appreciate the fact that you're hanging out here with us. Will, I have seen a couple of Bulls fans in the comments here mentioning the disappointing start to Jevon Carter's season.
Yes.
Someone we haven't really touched on so much through the first few games. You had a thought while we were watching that game that you were kind of bummed about the sample size of 3 games we've seen from Jevon thus far, who in the preseason action, we were like, oh man, it looks like Carter's going to be a seamless fit. You know, Kobe won the starting point guard job, but that's a great vet to bring in off your bench, perimeter defense, knockdown shooter. What are your thoughts on what we've seen in 3 games of Jevon?
It's been a little disappointing, to be honest. I thought he kind of profiled as somebody that would fit well next to Zach, DeMar, and Vooch. He is basically like a better version of Patrick Beverley at this point, with the 3-point shooting, with the defense. And to Kobe's credit, he won that point guard job, and it makes a lot of sense why. He's able to get into the paint. He's been the dynamic pick and roll threat that they kind of need to start like greasing the wheels of the offense a little bit. Obviously, Kobe did not perform well today, but I think he's still kind of in line to win that job and hang on to it. But Carter, I think you see him out there, and it's like he's in these lineups with Caruso and Craig and oftentimes Drummond and one of Zach or DeMar, right? And there's just not a lot of space. It's like basically their hope is to get some steals, get some runouts, and then let whether Zach or DeMar, whoever's on the court, just kind of cook on offense. And I would like to see him coming off screens a little bit more. We did see like 1 or 2 possessions of that. But he's just not really somebody that you can put the ball in their hands and like organize an offense or get into the paint and put pressure on the rim and spray it out. So he's just not that dynamic of a threat in the same way that Kobe is. And I think that's why, like I said, Kobe won that job. But yeah, and the fact that the ball hasn't been going in shooting wise for him, it's like you're feeling like better days are ahead.
I've seen better days. Sorry, this popped in my head. My bad. Yeah, like he hasn't. Did I mess you up with that?
No. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
just
it
breathe.
just hit me like a gut punch.
Go ahead,
'Cause
go
we
ahead.
have seen better days. That's no. You go.
Oh, okay.
That's-
We've seen worse days.
You started saying I've seen better days,
fair.
and I just went to a dark place for a second in my head, but pull me out of it, Dave.
Was I there in those dark days?
Like, was it Halloween dark or
Yeah.
like we should do a check-in?
You're always leaning over, pulling me up from the bottom of the well.
This is true. This is my job. He was right about that. That's how I keep the chest all tight right there because I'm constantly pulling back.
It is cold, dark, muddy, and lonely in the bottom of this well right now.
It's true, but I won't leave him alone. I'll always be there. Like, all right, man. Come on, man. You've been in there too long. Your fingers getting pruned. Like, come on, get up out the well. All right. Yeah, like it's even Jevon Carter has been having a tough 3 games as well. I don't know if Jevon Carter is just struggling or if it's just within the rhythm of what's going on the team.
Guys, I mean, it's also Jevon Carter. Like,
Yeah,
let's
I feel you.
Yeah, like it's
But
not.
he's
like,
better than that.
He's better, but like he's not this. Like,
Yeah, he's not the savior, but he's better than that,
I mean,
bro.
he has to be, right?
Yeah, but dude, he ain't that.
And I think like whether it's
he ain't that.
whether it's Dragic and Drummond last year or Carter and Craig this year, we have seen a mediocre run of the middle of the effing line mediocre Bulls team for the past 2 off seasons address a flawed roster by making free agent additions of veterans who could come in and complete a team as a perfect 8th or 9th or 10th guy off the bench for a team that is much farther along than where the Bulls were.
100%.
And that's the problem. Bulls fans want Jevon Carter and or Torrey Craig to come in and fix this busted ass shit. Guess what? They are role players who can shine if they are put in the perfect role, not if there is too much being asked of them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm thinking. The way he's playing just feels like what's going on within the rhythm of the actual team because of that reason right there. Being a role player, you're filling a role. And so you're not coming in to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, let me come in. We're down by 10. Let me throw you in. It's not that. He's got to fill the role of what's going on the floor, man. So if the rhythm is off, then you're going to be off. It just feels like the rhythm is completely off with this team, you know? Like, anytime you're having – and, of course, we were the laughingstock of the league after game 1 because you're having team-only meetings. You know what I mean? And I can't tell you how many players I sat and listened to and watched say, bro, if this is happening after game 1, you're cooked. You know, like, it's a wrap. Like, not even the fact that you're having a team-only meeting, but the fact you're doing it after the first game. And it wasn't a team-only meet. Like, you know, it was whatever you want to call it. A rowdy down, a talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely blown out. Like, I also think,
A rowdy down.
I don't.
Shout out gangs in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like, also, like, that was Billy shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Like, that made me so mad that he was like, I was, you know, it's like, because that wasn't a team only meeting. That was like, that was like a good thing. You want that to happen. But he made it sound like it was the leadership council.
I don't think Billy used the phrase team-only meeting.
No, he did. He just said,
Or players-only meeting.
he just said they pushed me out or whatever.
Yeah, but when you
He
push the
said,
coach
I
out-
walked in, they were having a lively discussion. I asked them if they needed some more time to talk it out without me there, and they said, yes, please. And so he turned around and walked out.
I appreciate Jeff. Overblown, but concerning.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So is it overblown then?
If you're arguing about the syntax of how that happened, it happened.
Yeah, I think they're saying the overblown portion of it is it being a team-only meeting and how everybody kind of reacted to it and just kind of ran with it because, you know, when national media just hears that, they're running with it.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, local media ran with it too. Like,
Right, there
and
it
I
is.
think justifiably
That's overblown.
so. I know, like, Caruso kind of made a comment about it yesterday after we were talking to him after the game winner. He was like, you know, after the whole players only meeting thing, and it's like, yeah, but it's like, again, if this wasn't the same story as last year, it would be one thing. But this is. Like, I already know how this movie ends. They're going to have a bad loss, and then they're going to have a good win. And then they're going to have a really disappointing loss to a team they should beat. And then tomorrow they're going to probably win against a team that people are excited about.
And then they're going to finish 40 and 42.
And then they're going to finish
Maybe.
exactly in the middle.
they ain't getting 40.
And it's just, you just know.
This is not a 40-win team, bro.
Right? It doesn't look like it. I was just saying, we swept the Pistons last year. We might get swept by them
That's
this
not what
year.
This is. You know, I think
It's
that's
hard to see 40 coming out of this 3-game sample size.
For me, I think that's the difference for me, Will, from last year to this year is I don't even feel that. You know what I mean? I don't feel after 3 games. I'm talking. I don't feel this even vying for the play-in. You know what I'm saying? And seeing if you can make a run kind of thing. I just feel like, oh no, we ass. Like, that's how I completely feel about it,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how I felt about it last year, but they clawed their way in.
Right,
So
but they clawed right. But I didn't. But I'm
a stage past you, where now I've just accepted the fact that this is what it is.
Correct. But you're always a stage fast when it comes to doom, Will. You're always a stage fast, and I'm a stage fast when it comes to something positive. So
I love it.
It balances out, baby.
He does hate to tell you. All right, a couple quick more shout-outs from our friends and sponsors of tonight's postgame show. Then we'll come back and we'll dive into all of y'all's super chats from tonight's YouTube chat. Appreciate y'all. Hit that thumbs up button if you didn't do so the first time around. Shout out to you 350-some Bulls fans watching along with us tonight. What's up, What's up, Joe?
I said hit it now.
Hit it now.
Ooh, it's aggressive.
Joey would like you to hit the thumbs up button. Big Dave.
Here, John, you can hold this one.
Tell our Bulls fans about how much Goose Island helps when you're watching the Bulls suck at basketball.
Beer! It helps. That's the logo. That's the tag. Beer. It helps. One more time because we say it, Joey. And one more time for that nice jacket you got on. Goose Island Beer Company. Supported here by CHGO, held by John Sabine. Been Chicago's beer since the Jordan year. That's 1988. Of course, you got that awesome roster, the Beer Hug family, the 312 We L, the one he's holding and rubbing on his nose right here, the full pocket Pilsner. And of course, since the leaves are changing and Joey's favorite time, which is daylight savings time, is happening.
False.
We'll talk about this in a second because I got questions for you on that. Oktoberfest beer. Oh, it's delicious. It's awesome and nutritious from what I've been told. So, you want some of this? Of course you do. Look how John's holding it. Of course you want some of that. Look at him. Let him take it in. Oh, I like it. Also, shout out to your hair. You're having an awesome hair day as well, sir.
Thank you.
There's good stuff happening right here. So grab that ultra fresh exclusive beer at the Goose Island Original Brew House on Clybourne Avenue in Lincoln Park, or from that tap room on 14th Street in West Town, because it's the Goose Island Beer Company. It's Chicago's beer, the true taste of Chicago.
Chicago. French Bulls TV wants Goose Island for Goon of the Night. As you know, we only award Goon of the Night on Bulls W's.
For wins.
If we did award Goon of the Night for Bulls losses, well, I mean, so many fun directions we could take that.
Oh, my. Well, define fun.
Mean.
Okay, there it is. All right.
Which to me can often be
Can
overlapping.
be fun. This is why he's in the well.
Tonight's CHGO Bulls postgame also brought to you by Circa Sportsbook, which offers you some of the tightest moneyline splits and low hold models on their gambling app. They always strive to have minus 110 spreads for all of their games, whether it be the NBA, NFL, whatever you're betting on that Circa Sports menu. Unlike other sports books where you'll often find spreads with lines of minus 115 or minus 120.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, what happened to 110? Well, I want my odds better. I don't want them taking those odds away from me. Circa won't do that to you. They also don't limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other books who do limit their more successful winning players. Yeah. They even encourage their bettors to download not only their app, but any and all of the other sports gambling apps, sports betting apps that are available, and there are lots of them. We know this because when you compare their spreads, their lines, their odds across the board with those other sports betting apps, they are confident that theirs will give you the best value almost every single time.
Word?
Plus, they have their unparalleled customer service. Real people behind the Circa Sports brand who resolve issues in a timely fashion, unlike those other sports books who use the damn chatbots that everyone hates and wants to explode. All aspects of the Circa app are being run by the same team that runs the main Circa Sportsbook at that Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. We can vouch for it. Hella dope. Great staff.
Amazing.
Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app today.
Do it again.
That's circasports.com/Illinois-app today. Also, be on the lookout for Circa's awesome events, watch parties, and tailgates. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234 or visit areyourreallywilling.com.
John, how do you feel about daylight savings time?
Man, Like which in what respect?
'Cause
Like
Joey-
losing the hour or
Yeah,
gaining
Joey
the hour?
hates it. He feels like it shouldn't even be a thing.
I hated it forever.
Okay.
I now have a kid that wakes up very early, and I'm starting to see the value.
Okay. All right.
'Cause,
All
like,
right.
it's so dark in the morning. You're like, oh my god, it's probably stupid and should be absolved.
It should be absolved. You think it should be rid of it? Okay.
Yeah, because doesn't it kill people? Like, isn't it like
What?
like the most heart attacks?
Seasonal depression.
Well, the most heart
No,
attacks.
you're thinking of windmills and birds.
No, check it out. I'm pretty sure if like you look at like, there's always an increase of heart attacks on those 2 dates.
Heart attacks are relief.
seasonal.
No, like I'm late for work type stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I also
This is delayed reaction.
I like that. I like gaining an hour though.
Yeah.
See, that's to
It's
me.
fun.
People overcomplicate this.
It's nice for a
Everyone
day,
should have
Pac.
the same opinion about daylight savings, which is when you fall back and gain an hour, it's great. When you spring forward and lose an hour, it sucks.
No, that
That's
is
the only way to
objectively, you
I
are
hate spring
objectively
forward.
wrong, especially for someone that is not even up in the morning. It is nicer. It is nicer. It is nicer.
Excuse me, Joe.
Not that I'm up. We operate. We're not getting up at. Hey,
Oh, he
got
struck Joseph.
I got him.
He got me in the
struck
face
Joseph.
there.
The Joeys, do your thing. He struck
Pac just
your
threw a
kid.
hat and it hit me in the face.
struck
I was
your
just
king.
trying to whiz him past you.
And
No, you were.
it's nicer when it's light out later. Period.
HR.
And I'll die on that hill, and you could throw as many hats at me as you want.
Don't say that, Joey.
I'm sorry I hit you in the face.
Hey, get another opportunity, Joe.
All you gotta do is look live, buddy.
That's it. Well, he's right about that. Yeah. It's all right. We still love you, Joseph. I appreciate you. And your takes on daylight savings time. All of that stuff.
You're just really convinced.
Yeah, he said.
I'm right. Also,
You know what? I respect it because I have the same attitude when I have no right to be that staunchly like demanding that I am right about something.
Maybe
I
you
don't
should
know
have a kid
anybody
and
else that feels like you get 1 hour more of sleep once, then your body adjusts to that time difference. Then every day for like 4 months, it's dark out at 4 p.m. It sucks.
That does suck. But that's also like Earth. Like part of the problem's Earth.
Part of it is Earth. Yes, the sun.
Like,
You have shorter days in the winter. Yes, that's true. But you don't. But you're accentuating
change
that by
Earth,
moving
Joe?
that an hour back.
So you're trying to change Earth?
No, you
Okay.
could have the natural equinox in the winter, whatever it's called, the
Get to the
shortest
bag,
day
Joe.
of the year. That's fine. Don't move it an extra hour. Enough
Okay.
of this crap.
But isn't it moved so that it's light earlier? Isn't that the issue?
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
to make it night earlier, it's to make morning.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so that it's bright out when it, which I can understand.
awesome.
Which I can understand.
Oh, I'm a farmer, so like I love it.
What do you like more, Joe? Seeing the sun, like at 5 in the morning?
No, I like
Or
seeing it at 8 p.m.
At 5 p.m.
At
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 p.m. I would
If I
prefer
see
it.
the
I
sun-
like seeing it in the morning.
If I see a sunrise, I'm bummed. Yeah, because I'm like, why am I up before the sun?
Damn.
If I see a sunrise, it's because I haven't gone to
It's
bed
arrogant to be up before the sun. Like I am but a man.
yet. I am but a man.
I shall not rise before Ra. Like I can't.
I ain't listening to you, man.
Hey, Joe, let's read some super chats, shall
Oh,
we?
man.
Yeah, I'm missing all these hat throws. Hold on.
Come on with it.
Okay.
That was like
I'm going to go
6.
throw back to throwing them to my hat graveyard. I'm not going to throw them in your direction anymore.
Graveyard. Had graveyard.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how many did you just throw in the last 2 minutes? 7?
He just, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there.
I'll be honest, Joe.
I threw one
need
back
a
at him, too.
distraction
There's 5 back there. So.
from how
I threw one
shitty
back,
I
so
feel
6.
about the Bulls
So
right
6.
now.
All right, hold on. Let me
throwing
mark.
hats is about the
Can I
best way
mark
to do
this
it.
quickly in the hat counter, and then we could read the super
Yeah,
chat?
mark that quickly in the hat counter. Joey has definitely been keeping track
Joey
of
multitask.
the hats.
So we're at
Yeah,
11
Joey
tonight and
multitask.
28 on the season.
Wow. That does not bode well.
11 tonight and 28 on the
Yeah, but like
season.
I feel
4 of those
11
were
tonight is.
4 of those were at
soft.
A little
me.
low. Yeah, I do too.
I am dead inside.
I feel like you should be averaging 20 on nights like these. You know what I mean? You should be on your
All right.
sacrifice.
Today ain't over yet.
Hey, still tight.
Something Matt was talking about here before the
Let's
show.
super chat it,
Yeah.
Joe.
Charles says White Sox and Bulls are mirrors of each other. Is that a coincidence?
Same.
I don't think there's a common denominator.
There's no common thread between
connection.
White Sox fans' misery and Bulls fans'
there's no
misery.
connection.
Not
No
a
connection.
single common thread
Toss it.
that I see.
There it is.
But this is because like
with a Sox hat.
some of it's not like I feel like some of it is like we drafted the wrong guys, or you know what I mean. Like some of it is like, but I do feel like he doesn't give much wiggle room for mistakes, and he's like, oh, you made a mistake, we'll live with it.
I think it's that sort of like it's the trickle down theory, and not Reaganomics trickle down theory, but like dysfunction starts at the top,
100%,
goes all the way through.
Yep. It's like if you're in charge, you do accept the buck stops there.
Right.
Like you do.
Yeah.
You inherently have. You're not absolved
Yeah.
if there's habit of dysfunction.
Right. What else we got in the super chat zone, Joe?
Super chat is Joseph.
Super Chat department, we have AK here saying
Shout
over
out
the
AK.
preseason and games thus far, we look like a lottery team. I thought Will was about to throw his hat. He's not wearing one.
Fake
the
out.
defense is inconsistent, and basically Bulls are resorting back to last season team. Last year, random offense theme lasted 3 games. This is bad.
Yeah. I think that's, and you were kind of highlighting that, Will, like that's the big problem here is we've run it back again and again heard in the offseason, then coming into training camp, during training camp, here are these changes we want to make stylistically. Nashville.
KC just tweeted from Zach in Detroit. It's our 3rd year together. We know how this business is. We all love each other. DeMar's one of my best friends. We talk all the time, but we have to figure out how to make this thing work.
Sounds like it's over.
But it's like this disconnect between something that's like obvious and actually making it happen, right? There's like, you can want to change things. You can like working together. You can feel like you're doing stuff better. You can add in your offensive rebounding and your, constructive conversations in the locker room after games. But like at a certain point, things aren't working. There's only so much you can do to like make tweaks here and there to like adjust stuff. But as the rest of the league laps you, it gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've been saying that. I feel that too. I don't think any one of these people is the problem. Like Patrick had a bad game. I don't think he's the problem. Kobe had a bad game. He's not the problem. Billy, not the problem. It's like all of this stuff just doesn't work. And that's where it's like, okay, you can have all these problems that maybe have some minor solutions, maybe not. But like at a certain point, that thing is broken.
Great comment from Golden Forest, kind of going along the lines of what you are describing, Will, saying, I'm glad the team likes each other, but it's not helping us win. This is like watching a marriage fall apart and nobody wants to end it.
Yeah. That's so funny. He says that because when that quote made me think of like, they're still going to co-parent
Right.
the kid, but be good parents.
Yeah.
And
we would appreciate your respect for our privacy at this
yeah, but also like, she's a great mom. It's just we just don't work.
Right, yeah.
And like it's not like they're not gonna like it's gonna be an easy divorce.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like
Zach and DeMar are Jada Pinkett and Will.
Yeah.
They're not getting a divorce.
You can still live in the house, but like it truly feels like
Somebody needs to get slapped.
the fact that he called it a business.
Yeah, that part.
When people use the word business,
That part.
that means like no love.
Yep.
This is a business, right?
Completely agree with you.
This is not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Because businesses aren't fun.
Yeah, correct.
Like
that stuff it sounds like when somebody's stuff's about to be changing. When you say
Explain
stuff
to me
like
how
that.
a putt-putt golf operation operates.
That's what it sounds when you say stuff like that, man. That's the business. Because when guys get traded, that's what they say.
That's the business.
That's the business. That's the business of the
That's
NBA.
the business.
Like,
That's the business.
yeah, that's exactly what I felt.
Business
though,
on
when
business.
When I heard that, then DeMar's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I love him. Like, okay, buck stops right there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad,
We
man.
text.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
we talk often.
Yeah. We
Uh,
had a laser tag.
Always stays up. They can't shoot or defend 3-point line. How does the front office bring the same team back? Celtics and Bucks got better, and we stand pat. P. Will bad.
I like how he calls the Bucks and Lillard. That's awesome.
I agree Patrick was bad, but like, I want to emphasize he is not the problem here.
Yeah.
He had a bad game. He's had a bad start to the season.
Bad 3 games.
He's not the problem here.
He's not.
He's not helping
not
the problem.
right.
He's certainly not helping himself.
He's bad. We're gonna call him.
0 points. He's the problem tonight. You didn't do your job.
What's next one, Joe?
Here we go. We've got Ricky. He says, Patrick Williams deserves to play overseas with my cousin Jabari. # Barcelona.
This is your own family. What is that?
Barcelona.
Well, I
whole
think
city?
I don't know.
Hashtag Barcelona.
Maybe it's. I don't think he's dissing his own family. His cousin's playing professional hoops.
Dude, when you tell him you need to go overseas to play
Well, it's a diss to
basketball,
Patrick
what you
Williams,
think
but
that means, Joey?
Jabari Dawson is playing overseas
Joey, what you
professionally.
think that means?
Barcelona's
It's a diss to Patrick.
Barcelona's a good club.
That's what I just said, Joe.
You're right, but I thought you meant he was dissing his own family.
I thought he was talking about Jabari Parker.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Me too. It could be Jabari. Is that where he's playing?
That's the only Jabari I know.
Yo,
Jabari
the
Parker
Pistons
playing
should
with
sign
Barcelona.
him. Another second overall pick.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Another second overall pick.
Let's just
Keep
sign
it going,
Dwayne Wade
Joe.
again.
Keep it going.
All right, here we go. AK again can live with the losses, but way we lost, lack of effort,
Correct.
and why did Billy continue to play small ball? We got out rebounded by like 25 plus.
Yeah, that lack of that's what will always forever get me, Will. Like stuff like that. Like X's and O's and
And
all kinds
DeMar
of things
said
we can debate, but
At Thursday's
effort,
practice after their
can't.
Wednesday season debut, we're not going to
No,
let that happen again when
exactly.
discussing their lack of effort on Wednesday.
When he said that, I said in my head, this is going to happen again.
They all know the right thing to say, and they say it.
Yeah.
Who's going to rebound? They don't have any rebounders.
It's
Like Zach's just like DeMar's gonna start rebounding.
I mean, Caruso had 13 rebounds last
I know
night.
He did.
He did.
He did.
He's Caruso,
Which is not a great thing.
Caruso is a walking outlier.
Yeah.
Wrong
He
word.
scores 0.
It's great. It's just not shouldn't be dependent on
Yeah,
it.
but he's like he does everything weird. Like like he'll affect a game by not scoring. Like
He would.
I just feel like he's amazing, and he can't be trusted with like as a point to disprove it.
Para Junior Sports. I know it is only game 3. This is an overreaction, but is this an all-time bag fumble season coming up? Have to wonder how far apart they were in money talks.
I think you're talking
Is he
about Pat.
referring
I think
to
he
Pat?
might be talking about Patrick
Oh
Williams.
yeah.
I mean,
Not all time.
I am curious how far apart they were. There's no way Pat was asking for.
Not on time.
I mean, if Pat has half a brain, there's no way he was asking for some of the numbers that have been just
But
wildly thrown out there.
Coming
with no
from Zach
evidence.
Lowe, he doesn't do that usually though. Like he doesn't like.
Well, so what Zach Lowe floated out there was something above $20 million annually, which is a lot for a player who has produced the modest.
No, he
stuff that-
hinted at 200 million.
No. That's a misinterpretation.
He said
He said it
Semantics,
starts with a 2 and
not-
doesn't end in a 0, meaning
Wordplay.
above 20 million and not
I thought he
a
said
flat
I thought
20 million.
I thought he said not 20.
You're not alone. A lot of people heard
right.
that quote from Zach Lowe in his podcast and exploded, saying, "Oh my God, Patrick Williams wants $200 million." Yeah, sure, so do I.
I would love it.
But
I'd be
Patrick
so
Williams
happy.
doesn't think
Don't
he's
give
getting
Matt
$200
Pitt
million.
Give Matt $200 million.
Give Mac $300
If someone
million.
gave me $200 million, I'd give probably like
I say give you
180
$300
of it to charity.
He would. You 100% would.
Set my family up, set my friends up with the 20 mil. Give the rest to people who need it.
Buy some cool shoes from.
I mean, I could use a couple things.
I'd give you $1 million.
Thank you. Well,
I'd give you 5.
thank you very much.
I
I'm
would
about to
use-
say, look, can we?
I would use Empire and their quality products.
Hey-oh. You
finally
can
get a
still
fl-
save $350.
I'd finally get a floor. I only have walls.
I get Will all the product he needs to keep that hair perfectly coiffed.
What product do you use?
I don't use any.
That's
What?
Man, you
Bullshit.
heard him. This is a man all
know.
about the product. In
Yo,
hair.
this takes science, man.
What do you use?
Aveda for men.
Aveda for men.
We have a long history.
Sponsor?
Will's quaff is all natural.
they sent him stuff we were doing Bulls Outsiders.
I got hooked up.
He mentioned he got hooked
That's,
up.
Yeah.
that's the dream.
Will
And
was-
it
This is what
made
I'm
Will
trying to
Purdue
tell you.
jealous.
Will
about it.
Purdue
So I'm
was
trying to
so
tell you
mad.
to use product
What does
to
Shanowski
say
use?
you use.
Shanowski-
Shanowski,
Rich,
I don't know.
Rich says Dave's getting a gold-plated pizzazz.
the
I would for
pizzazz.
sure
Dave
buy
wants
you
a
one.
pizzazz so bad it would burn down his golden mansion.
And to answer your question,
I can't
well, I'm
eat pizza
pretty
right
sure
now. I'll give a pizza
Shanowski
to you.
uses like
Go
fairy
cheese.
dust to
cheese,
dress his
That's
hair.
the only reasonable.
All right, here we go. Football CF
Super.
Candy. Why did
Football.
people think things would change if this was the number 1 attended team last year? Unless fans stop going, their model works. That's the issue. Sounds like he's talking about the Reinsdorf ownership
Right.
problem.
People are going to
for
go to
lack of
Bulls
a better
games.
term.
We saw it.
I don't know who you're talking to, football CF Candy. I think most Bulls fans that I've talked to this offseason were skeptical about things changing this season because it's the same thing.
Has nothing changed.
Nothing changed. But yes, you aren't wrong to point out that Bulls fans, loyal as we all are, tend to pack the United Center regardless of the quality of the product. It finally stopped being true towards the end of the you-know-who era, when the UC got real empty before that COVID-shortened season shut everything down. And then they finally made a change.
That's very true. That's very, very true.
So we got to get COVID back.
Bring COVID back. Maybe we'll see some change as Bulls fans.
These are
Richie D. Breezy.
Richie Breezy.
This game made me sad and tired. Need things to turn fast, or this will be a long season. Happy opening week.
Hey, way to end that on a
And this
good
was an
end,
early
bro.
game.
I like that.
Yeah. 6 p.m. tip-off in October.
Also,
and
more 6 p.m.
And that's, Richie, that's how I feel.
Yeah, more 6
I'm
p.m.
like, put
game.
me in a cryogenic chamber
Agreed.
and wake me up on April 10th.
Agree with you,
That's
Dave.
how I feel right now, and it sucks.
More
Because
6
I want
p.m.
to be excited about this team.
More 6 p.m. starts.
The next thing I'm actually going to be excited about is change. Real change. But yeah, let's watch the Pacers game on Monday and see which different way that turns to shit real fast. Can't wait.
I'm waiting. There it is. Another one, Joe. Another one. The graphic, Joe, you should just have a picture of DJ Khaled.
It's more than 11.
Just pointing in the explosion. Like another one.
As the person whose behavior the graphic is based off of, I object to it being DJ Khaled.
Why is this?
Because I'm not a fan.
What did DJ Khaled do that you don't like?
I mean, like, just in general, not a big fan of his music. I don't think he's not talented, but I feel like I've told you this before.
Okay.
He said a truth about himself in an interview at one point.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm mad that I know exactly what he means.
Matt's an ally and a hero right now. If you know, you know. And women,
if you know what I'm talking about
women,
with DJ Khaled,
pay attention.
I don't fuck with that, man.
I know what he
You
means. I know what he's talking about.
You suck, man. You suck.
Selfish.
I know what he's talking about. God damn.
Such a loser.
One love.
That man
One love,
mad.
Dave.
That man mad. That man mad.
We will
Joey.
get into that at another time.
We will not get into that. at
Blue
another time.
Diamond Gem says
we will not.
OKC and Detroit are young and hungry. No dogs on the Bulls.
No dogs
agree.
on dogs on Bulls is a great just sentence.
Oh.
No dogs on
That's
Bulls.
my new podcast.
That's such a good just
Me and Will Gottlieb. No dogs
no
on
dogs
Bulls.
on Bulls.
Tune in. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
It sounds like a saying. It sounds
Yeah.
like, hey,
I
you
mean,
know,
it
I told
sounds
him.
like-
It sounds like somebody
I
who
told
was
him I wouldn't
named
pay
No
that.
Dogs
No
is-
dogs on Bulls.
doing a podcast about the Bulls.
Like, bro, I
I
told
was
him
going to say
I
it
told him
sounds
the
like
other
a
day, no
Rage
dogs
Against the
on Bulls.
Machine
It
song.
does. It kind of does. Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
like,
It's
Dogs are balls.
okay. OKC and Detroit. I mentioned watching that. It felt like
Yo.
Detroit or OKC a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Like they have.
You did say this, yeah.
They're deep. They're young.
Yep.
They have less assets, but
Yep.
still.
But again, who do the Bulls beat then? Where are your wins coming from?
Blazers.
Because you
Last
can't.
year.
You can't beat the young and hungry teams. You can't beat the teams that are better than you.
Wizards.
Wizards won tonight. Bulls did not.
The Wizards.
The Wizards.
The Wizards managed to dub tonight, and we did not.
Final super chat, AK. I know it's only the third game, but why am I in a dark place already with this Bulls team and season?
'Cause
See,
you're-
okay,
'cause you're
AK,
smart.
I feel you, but to you and to all the Bulls fans out there watching and listening, you don't need to be in a dark place
dark.
alone. That is why we are here. I just
right.
told Dave earlier on tonight's show, I feel like I'm trapped at the bottom of a well, but he's always there at the top of it
Damn.
to pull me out.
This is true.
This is
Don't-
what Bulls fans do for one another.
Yeah.
Don't boo. Vote.
This too. Bro.
If only voting were something that could get Bulls fans the real change that we're looking for, how nice would that be? But yes, I this 3-game start has me feeling all kinds of not great ways.
Yeah.
But we are here for one another. Come hang out, group therapy.
I love that.
If we're
That's what we do,
getting
man.
dubs, hey,
true.
it's a group party.
It's true.
But if it has to be group therapy, it can be group therapy because it's easier to go through this stuff together as opposed to alone.
We do it all here.
Shout out to Ray who said, "We stinks, but you guys rock."
Thank you very
thank
much,
you.
Ray.
Thank you.
He stinks.
You know who else rocks?
Who's this?
John Sabine. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight,
Guys,
man.
thanks.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. This was really fun. We saw Zach's career high.
Yes, we
Hey,
did.
That's awesome.
We did.
It is.
That's like a fun thing to
Yeah.
see.
It happened. And you
Final.
called-
I mean, I didn't say career, but I thought he'd ball.
You did. You,
You
said
did.
30.
You called 30, and he
It
was
it was like
there.
30 in the first
Like,
quarter.
And I
immediately.
said he shouldn't sit out because
You did.
Go.
That's exactly what you said. So.
Final shout out to our friends at Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. If you are running errands before sitting in and getting comfy watching football tomorrow, make one of those errands picking up in-store at your local Sunnyside. You can order online, sunnyside.shop, pick out what you want, your flour, your tinctures, your vapes, your edibles. Swing by the store, pick it up in-store beyond your merry way. And if you use that promo code when you shop, CHGO25, you're getting 25% off your total order. One use per customer. You can't stack it with their other discounts and promotions, but it's not just for first-time customers. Anyone and everyone can use that promo code of ours every time they shop at Sunnyside, CHGO25. Boom. Pick up everything you need to elevate your football Sundays. Must be 21 and over or an Illinois Med card holder.
My favorite line.
I saw somebody in the comments earlier tonight saying they popped a gummy that they got from Sunnyside
Hey.
to put themselves in the right space earlier tonight.
There needs to be that Sunnyside should run. They should tweet out how many milligrams as the game's going. Like it's like so if it's a good game, just 5, but like towards the end of tonight, it's like all right, 15. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
like they should to help, but that's probably very illegal.
Get yourself 25, but you'll get 25% off, man.
Every time.
All you gotta do is drop the code.
That's basically the tax.
That's for you. That's good, man.
We are off tomorrow.
We are.
But make sure you're tuning into our awesome CHGO Bears crew and their coverage.
White
Bears,
party.
Chargers, Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night, NBC?
Bookend that with our CHGO Bears crew. We will be back on Monday when the Bulls
Live
take
watch
on.
party, by the way.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Live watch party.
Fireplace in.
There you go.
I know you just said that, but
Joe, you're going to be working at it.
you kind of just flew it under the radar, so I want to.
Really? Is that what I did?
I thought so.
Go ahead, Joe.
Live watch party, fireplace in. Believe kickoffs at 7:20.
7:20.
Pregame at probably starts at around 6:30, 6:15, 6:30.
There it is.
Pregame, watch along. Postgame, Hogue, Carm, Braggs. A lot of fun. I'm sure other CHGO people.
You in there?
I'll be working.
Come on, Joe.
Come out there.
Come on, Joseph. Joseph Spathis.
That is all.
George will be proud.
We then will
Shout
be
out
back
George.
on Monday when the Bulls take on another central rival, the Indiana Pacers. Yikes. Shout out and thanks as always to our pal and our producer, Joey, who I will again apologize to for hitting with a hat tonight.
Oh,
He did, even though he threw 2.
I will
HR.
be filing a report.
I thought he was about to say, I
And
will
I
accept
think
your
my
apology.
nose is broken. Jake, if you're listening, I think my nose is broken. I'm having trouble breathing out of it. I'm going to need the
right.
week off.
It
know you
was
still
it was a
talking,
sip by Hattig.
You put your eye out, fire, dear.
Oh, man.
Follow our guy, Willie Go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb, for all of his Bulls updates, reporting
Adults.
news. Read everything he writes,
Natural hair. Are
allchgo.com.
you kidding me?
Big Dave is at BAL, BAWL Sports.
You're
I'm
so
Bulls
young.
_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. And follow our guy, John Sabine, JSabine214. Follow Merriam-Webster on the socials.
Please.
It's hilarious. It's educational. It helps your heart. It helps your smile and your brain
I got
and your
diapers to
mind,
buy.
too. Have a great Sunday. We will talk to you Monday, Bulls Nation. Appreciate you. Hit the thumb. Subscribe. Hang in there. We'll try again Monday. See Red be good.
Peace and love, y'all.
Still mad at Marquette.
We all silly like the mayor.